A Tesla owner came back from dinner to find his charging adapter melted and fused to the charging handle. It had to be pried apart with a screwdriver. Another owner's car started blasting music at 3 in the morning by itself while parked in the garage. A third owner's house burned down. All 3 problems started with a cheap accessory. These are 7 Tesla accessories that are quietly destroying your car. If you are still using number 4, stop before it costs you thousands. Number 1. So you got your Tesla, and the first thing you did was slap a carbon fiber spoiler on the trunk. I get it, the performance look is clean. But that cheap Amazon spoiler came with a little packet of adhesion promoter, and that packet is where the trouble starts. Tesla's own service manual says do not apply adhesion promoter to the trunk lid because it can damage the paint. It is right there in the repair manual. But every $40 spoiler kit on Amazon ships with the stuff anyway. One Model S owner used it exactly as the instructions said. After the first rain, white goo started leaking out from under the spoiler and drying on his trunk. When he tried to remove the spoiler with fishing line, the paint came with it. Then the adhesive remover he used to clean up the mess clouded his taillights and melted interior plastic when it dripped into the trunk. He ended up having a friend help him wet sand the entire trunk lid, and that guy got off easy compared to what Tesla body shops charge. Tesla uses a water-based paint system that is softer and thinner than almost anything else on the road. Owners have documented 20+ rock chips in the first 4 months of ownership on a brand new Fremont-built car. Sticking a chemical adhesion promoter onto that paint and then trying to remove it later is asking for a body shop bill. And those bills on a Tesla start around $3,000 just to repaint the trunk lid, with some shops adding an extra $1,000 just because the high voltage battery sits underneath the car. But a spoiler only damages paint. Number 2 targets something you cannot even see, and it can void your entire warranty over a $20 part. Number 2. This one blindsided me when I found it. Aftermarket puddle lights. Those little LED projectors that shine the Tesla logo on the ground when you open the door. They look cool for about a week, and then they can quietly destroy things. A Model 3 owner installed a set and everything was fine for about a year. Then one day his driver's window stopped dropping when he opened the door. If you own a Tesla, you know the window dips down slightly every time you open the door so it clears the frameless seal. His stopped doing that. He opened the door and the chrome trim caught the top of the glass and cracked it. A $460 repair. When he brought it to the service center, the tech spotted the aftermarket puddle light and immediately called the damage not covered. Warranty voided on the spot. That little LED projector shares the same wiring that controls the window drop. When the light fails or glitches, it interrupts the signal. The window never gets the message to move. And Tesla's position is crystal clear. If there is any aftermarket part anywhere near the problem, they will not diagnose that section of the car. You are on your own. A $20 puddle light turned into a $500 lesson. I have said it before and I will keep saying it. Tesla's electrical system is not like a regular car. Everything talks to everything. One bad accessory can create problems 3 systems away. Now, if a $20 light can void your warranty, imagine what happens when you mess with the one screen that controls your entire car. Number 3. I know this is going to start a fight in the comments, and I do not care. Screen protectors on a Tesla are not worth the risk. Tesla's own owner's manual says, do not apply a screen protector to the touchscreen, and then lists exactly what can go wrong. Phantom inputs, delayed touch response, even a static shock that can damage the screen. And any damage caused by a screen protector is not covered by warranty. I know owners whose cars started blasting music at max volume in the middle of the night while parked in the garage. The screen was registering phantom touches along the edge where the protector had lifted slightly. One guy's car kept randomly turning on the air conditioning and trying to navigate to places he never searched for. Another owner had a service tech tell him straight up that moisture trapped behind the protector had caused damage and Tesla would not cover it. And this is the part that gets me fired up. A screen replacement on a Model 3 runs around $1,500. On a Cybertruck, it can hit $2,500. So you spent $40 on a protector to prevent a scratch that probably would never happen. And now you are looking at a repair bill that could buy you a vacation. I personally think a matte protector looks great and cuts glare, but Tesla told you not to do it. They put it in the manual. And when something goes wrong, they will point to that page and walk away. But phantom touches are annoying. Number 4 can set your car on fire, and this is the one I need you to stop using today. Number 4, cheap third-party J1772 charging adapters. The ones you grabbed off Amazon for $30 because the Tesla branded one felt overpriced. I have seen what these do, and it is not pretty. The pins inside a cheap adapter start loosening up over time. That creates a loose metal contact that gets hotter and hotter. The adapter starts melting from the inside out, and because Tesla's temperature sensor is inside the car's charge port and not inside the adapter, your car has no idea anything is wrong until plastic is already fusing together. One Tesla Motors Club member went through 3 adapters in a year, even after turning the charge speed down to 25 amps. Another owner came back after 3 hours at a public charger and found the adapter warped and melted into the charging handle. It had to be pried apart with a screwdriver. A Rivian owner using a third-party adapter with a Tesla wall connector had Tesla refuse warranty service in writing because the aftermarket adapter killed the warranty on the entire charging system, but at least those owners could still drive home. This next guy was not that lucky. A Model Y owner in Paris had a third-party DC charger surge and blow the main battery safety fuse. The car was completely dead, would not roll, would not charge, would not do anything. The tow bill alone was $1,000, and that was before Tesla even looked at it. Charge port replacements on a Tesla run anywhere from $700 to $2,700 depending on the model. You save $30 on an adapter, and the repair bill is going to be bigger than your car payment. If you are charging at public stations with anything other than the Tesla branded adapter, stop. This is not me being dramatic. This is melted plastic and blown fuses. So we have covered paint damage, electrical gremlins, screen problems, and fire. But number 5 is the one that could get someone killed in a crash, and Tesla put the warning right in the manual. Number 5, I get more comments about Tesla seat covers than almost any other topic. Everyone wants to protect those white seats. I understand. But Tesla's owner's manual for every single model says the same thing. Do not use seat covers. Their words, not mine. Because the covers can block the side airbags from opening in a crash and mess with the sensor that detects whether someone is sitting in the passenger seat. That sensor is the part that scares me. It sits under the seat cushion and tells the car whether a passenger is there and how much they weigh. It controls whether the frontal airbag fires in a crash. I have seen post after post from owners whose passenger airbag indicator started showing the second they put covers on. One woman weighing 120 pounds had the airbag randomly switching on and off for months until Tesla replaced the entire seat under warranty. Another owner using a popular aftermarket brand ended up sticking aluminum foil between the cover and the seat to trick the sensor, which is about as safe as it sounds. I dug into one of the popular seat cover brands and found their actual response when someone asked about airbag compatibility. Their customer service said they did not test it before, and the company assumes no responsibility for anything involving airbags or accidents. They are selling you a product that sits between you and a safety system, and they have never tested whether it gets in the way. If you are going to use seat covers, at least get custom-fit ones designed specifically for your Tesla with airbag-safe seams. But my personal opinion, just use a good ceramic coating on the leather and skip the covers entirely. If you are finding this useful, do me a favor and subscribe. I put out videos like this every week, and I do not want you to miss the next one. Number 6. Autopilot nag reduction devices, steering wheel weights, whatever you want to call them. They are chunks of metal or weighted rings that clamp onto your steering column and trick Tesla's torque sensor into thinking your hands are on the grip. The original was called Autopilot Buddy, made by a company out of Valencia, California. It sold for $199. In June of 2018, NHTSA stepped in and shut them down. The agency called the product unacceptable and said it disables an important safeguard that could put everyone on the road at risk. But the copycats kept coming. They started selling them as cell phone holders, safety hammers, and shoulder pain relief devices. Then the Washington Post ran an investigation in 2023, and Amazon started pulling listings left and right. One seller in Roanoke, Virginia, had moved about 2,000 units of a $50 device disguised as a glass breaker before his account got shut down. And then there is Dr. Howard Gene Yee, the same dentist I mentioned earlier. He is from North Carolina, driving a 2022 Model Y. In March of 2023, his car was on autopilot on a 2-lane highway. Police confirmed he had weights attached to his steering column. His car blew past a stopped school bus and struck 17-year-old Tillman Mitchell, who suffered a fractured neck and a broken leg. Yee was charged with a felony and held on a $25,000 bond. I do not care how annoying the nag alerts are. Keep your hands on the grip. A $30 weight is not worth a felony charge and a kid in the hospital. If tricking your car into thinking you are paying attention sounds reckless, Number 7 has literally burned houses to the ground. Number 7, cheap home charging setups. Extension cords plugged into old outlets. Bargain NEMA 1450 receptacles wired by a guy who watched half a YouTube tutorial, and wiring that is too small for the load it is pulling every single night. Former NFL receiver Randall Cobb and his wife woke up in July of 2024 to their Nashville home on fire. They grabbed their 3 kids and their dog and ran out barefoot. The fire started from the charging cable in the garage and gutted the house. The lawsuit against Tesla is seeking over $4 million in damage. But the scarier pattern is the do-it-yourself setups. In Chester County, Pennsylvania, a father smelled smoke and found his charging outlet actively smoking. A master electrician told him they were minutes from a house fire. His daughter's bedroom was directly above the garage. Turns out it was a cheap home outlet with loose wire connections pulling 32 amps every single night. Get a hardwired wall connector installed by a licensed electrician. Stop using extension cords. Stop using cheap outlets rated for 50 plug cycles when your car needs 365. Your house is worth more than the $200 you saved on a proper install. That is the pattern across all 7 of these. An owner tries to save a few bucks or add a little convenience and ends up with a repair bill, a warranty denial, or a lawsuit. Tesla built these cars so that every system depends on every other system. When you bolt on cheap aftermarket parts, you are plugging something into a system that was never built to handle it. Be smart about what you attach to your car, because Tesla does not just cut corners on accessories. They have quietly removed features from these cars that you paid for and never brought them back. I covered 7 of them in my last video. That video is on screen right now. I will see you in that one.